I'm an Australian guy living here in Belarus, and I want to talk about how to meet girls. How do you come to Belarus, and how do you meet women, and what will the outcome be for each method that you use? So the first two ways I'm going to talk about are ways that I think are very dysfunctional, and I think that if you rely on these methods, you're going to end up with dysfunctional girls. Yep. So first method is Tinder, everyone's least favorite app. I've never heard anyone say something positive about this app, yet for some reason a lot of people still use it. So as a man, there's some things you need to know about Tinder. Firstly, 78% of global users of Tinder, active users of Tinder, are men. Right? So that means for every 3.5 men, there's only one woman, right? This is obviously going to do a lot to the dating dynamics on Tinder. Now, second of all, other studies indicate that approximately half the women on Tinder are not serious about meeting anyone. They just want some attention. They just want some nice words coming at them, some validation of men swiping on them. And they don't want to actually meet anyone. So if you look at the men, and I'm assuming that men do want to meet people if they go on there. So you're looking at around 6 or 7 men to one woman. So essentially, the bottom, 50, 60, 70% of men are just invisible. And that means if you're not in that area, you can get some dates and meet some girls, but the mathematics of it tells you that the girls you're gonna meet on Tinder are not gonna be the same quality that you're gonna meet in the real world. So although Tinder is an easy way to meet girls, you're just not gonna meet suitable girls for long-term relationships on Tinder. Now, even from a woman's perspective, it's actually kind of a trap as well, because if you're a woman on Tinder, you've got all these matches and you've got no idea that 70% of men can't even get a single match. And you're just getting like after like after like after like, and you're able to hook up or maybe go on a date, what's perceived as a date, with a guy who's way hotter than you are, right? Who's way out of your league in the real world. But the problem is that he's also dating 6 other girls. So this girls get the feeling that they can date up a lot on Tinder, but the guy will never actually settle with them, right? And then the problem is for these guys is that if you're in the top 1-2% who can just kind of date and sleep with lots of girls, this is anywhere around the world, by the way, not just Belarus, but if you're this kind of top 1-2%, then you just forget how to connect with people. You just have sex, new girl sex. So everyone kind of loses, right? It's a very bad dynamic. So there is Tinder, but really, unless you're here just for the weekend or whatever, I just wouldn't bother with it. It builds bad habits. It becomes like a vice for guys. I see guys that have been here for months and months, even years, and are still using Tinder. It's like, why? You're not finding who you want to find on there, so just stop using it. So the second option for meeting girls here are in bars, but do remember that bars are fairly uncommon still, right? They're not really a Belarusian thing. They weren't really around much at all until maybe the last 5 or 10 years. So not a lot of girls will go to bars regularly. And of course, if you're going to bars, especially after maybe midnight, you're going to find girls with certain qualities. They're going to want attention. They're going to be kind of like attention junkies, kind of like Tinder, similar kind of thing. They're also going to want, or they're going to have kind of more impulsive behaviors, right? They need to drink, they need to and they kind of have this need for the dopamine hit. Yeah. So you're probably not going to get a super balanced girl at 2 a.m. in a nightclub, right? If you want a girl who's kind of smarter, who is into interesting things, who has something in their life, they're much less likely to be in a bar. Now, they can still be in a bar, don't get me wrong, like a girl that you might want could still be on Tinder. But this is the key takeaway. The mathematics of it is so far against you. Yeah, you're fishing in an ocean that doesn't have the fish you're looking for, right? So you're probably thinking, yeah, we kind of know this, mate, but that's all there is, and blah, 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 blah. No, not true. Let me give you 2 options. One would be, and you can do this straight away, this first one. One would be, there is a big cafe culture here. Yeah, if you go to certain cafes during the day, there's just people working in there, right? People working from home, but from a cafe. There's one right near my house, and every day there's at least 10 different people who are there on their laptop working. And guess what? They're doing that for a reason. They want to be around other people, right? So you can just start conversations, whether it's a guy or a girl. Start conversations, start making friends. Maybe with a girl it could lead to a date, or dates or whatever. With a girl or guy it could just lead to friendship and networking. And if you do this for even just a few weeks, just speak to some people, work out who you like. You might meet 10 guy friends, 10 girlfriends, have a party at your house, get them to invite friends. All of a sudden, you got like instant friendship circles, right? You can start meeting people in a more normal way, because going on dates isn't a really good way to get to know somebody, because going on dates, everyone's putting on their best face. You don't really know who you're dealing with, and it's much better to just observe someone in your social circle and just analyze them that way and get to know them and get a sense, is this the kind of girl that I might want to date from a long-term perspective or what have you. And I'm really shocked at the lack of guys that have any kind of foresight at all. It's like they're just obsessed with this instant gratification, the easy instant gratification linked to Tinder and the bar scene here. So I would start networking in your local cafe. Get your laptop up, go to the local cafe, get known down there, know everybody. Maybe Monday go to this cafe, Tuesday this one, Wednesday this one. Get to know people, chit chat. Within a month or two, you know a lot of people, man. You don't know more people here than you do in your own country. Finally, option number 4, this is the best one, and this is to integrate properly. This is to actually work here or study here, really learn the language properly. You've really got to learn the language. If you don't learn the language, you're just trying to speak English all the time, you're only going to meet a very small proportion of the population. So you really need to learn Russian properly. And look, maybe getting a job, maybe not, because the pay compared to what you can probably do online is going to be a lot different. But studying could work, for sure. I've met 4 or 5 young guys here. When I say young, I mean 25 and younger, who are Western, who are from Holland, Germany, America. And these guys are here doing an undergraduate degree. They did their prepping course, a 1-year Russian language prepping course, and are now doing their undergraduate degrees. They're right into the Belarusian culture now, and guess what? They've all got amazing girlfriends because they met them normally. I hope this helps you a little bit, makes you think about things, think things through. Again, that impulsive, easy way out that Tinder and bars are. More than half the guys I know here do this on a regular, and it's really, really counterproductive. And in the end of the day, you're the one that loses. If you enjoyed this video, can I ask 2 things of you? 1, the little like button here, press that one so it lights up for me. And second is, if you're not subscribed to my channel, click the red button, and then every time I release a video, you will get to watch it before everyone else does.